Hi, my name is Jose, and this is my persuasive speech. How many of you from time to time usually get some random aches or pains, usually around your body or your joints? I know I do. Typically in my knees or in my lower back. It's, quite discomforting. And how many of you have seen some elderly folks, they're so youthful, they're very lively, probably, some of your uncles, your peers, and those around you, and you kind of question yourself, how are they like this? How do they feel so young? So it raises the question, would you rather feel, rather be 60 and feel 30 or be 30 and feel 60? It's a pretty easy question to answer. Just to give you an idea, about 523 million people around the world suffer from cardiovascular disease, which can be, in most cases, prevented by including some form of physical activity. And about 19.3% of the US population does some form of exercise. So there's a huge gap right there, a huge disparity. About 80% does not. So as we move forward, there are multiple variables that can lead to a good or bad quality of life. This may be primarily down due to genetics, so something that you cannot control, or something that may hinder your progress, working out in the gym or trying to leave an active lifestyle. Well, there is that. I'm pretty sure that most of you have participated in a physical education class growing up, and they've taught us very, very basic ideas about health and physical activity. Do not confuse this with intense, hardcore, or brutal regime. For reference, a moderate 30-minute workout can lower your risk of premature death by 20 to 30%, which is pretty good if you ask me. And I've been in the fitness industry for about 4 years, and sorry, I've seen, people young and old reap from the benefits of including some form of physical activity in their regime. And as I progress later into the speech, I'll provide you with concepts and information that reinforce my take on this matter and how it improves mental health, cardiovascular health, and improve your overall quality of life. First, I will provide information and data to better grasp an idea on the matter. Then, on the next point, we will move on to ideas to get started or have a reference point to begin. In order to execute a plan, we must know what to do. And lastly, we will summarize our ideas to implement them into our lifestyle for a better notion on what is to come. According to the World Health Organization, globally, 1 in 4 adults do not meet the standard requirement for levels of physical activity, which they later go on to discuss. Physically active people have a 20 to 30% increase in risk of death compared to people who are active. So if you don't work out, you're 20 to 30% more likely to unfortunately pass away. There should be an immediate alarm in your head as to why information is so important. And if we put this into retrospect, 1 in 4 people, so that's 1 in 4 people in this setting, so between you and us, everyone that's watching, does not meet the physical requirement. And that is pretty alarming news. So obviously I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you guys. So clearly shows an idea of how important this is. Long-term effects of not doing physical activity can lead to weakness in your joints, your muscles, your bones. You are at risk for developing cardiovascular disease. You're at greater risk, and other major health problems such as stroke and some form of cancers. It just really depends. Now that we have covered some general statistics about the importance of physical activity, let us cover some concepts and benefits from physical activity as to ideas as to what you can do and what that includes. Physical activity does not have to be hell week. That is, that rigorous program that the Marines have to see who will pass on to the next step. So that is not where I'm trying to get at. As mentioned above, a 30-minute routine can improve your life expectancy by 20 to 30%. We can pinpoint this in some similarities in between the pros and the cons. This can be a 30-minute fast-paced walk, a mild 30-minute aerobic exercises, some stretching also included in there, or a moderate resistance training session, or an implementation of all three throughout the week. So as long as it's about 150 minutes a week, you should be okay and meet that expectancy. All in turn, this not only allows you to be physically healthy, but also mentally. Also serves as a way to de-stress and decompress from the external world. So some other factors that you're going through, it definitely allows you to escape and be yourself from other forms that you may de-stress. You can relate it to probably playing video games. So working out definitely has its own benefits. Now that we explored some examples as to what physical activity may look like and what you can do, our last point will be to emphasize the importance of physical activity over time. The beautiful thing about physical activity is that anyone can do it. Like we mentioned before, there are some limitations, but there are ways to work around that. It serves as a template for a successful and healthy life over time. However, that is why there are, health professionals and fitness enthusiasts which know what they can do, and there are ways to help you. There's always a way around something. If you're willing to try, I know because I've experienced it. I've worked with these individuals. They have great plans for you to include into your lifestyle. So if there is a will, there is a way. That way we can all benefit from it, and in turn, again, like we mentioned before, improve your mental health, uh, lower your cardiovascular risk for disease, and improve your quality of life over time. In summary, I've provided you with ways and information in which you should consider for all of your benefit, from information that creates a saddening image of the state of our world and what can happen. It's definitely sad news to hear from our fellow peers and those around us how one 30-minute workout can change your life and set you up for a lifetime filled of benefits from and due to the physical activity which we will include. I have shared the experience with many and they with me, so from other colleagues of mine. Now, in turn, I would like you to return the favor and be the best version of yourself that you can be for me, for everyone. Thank you.